Hi everybody, my name's Bob Saunders, and I've been privileged for a number of years now, some 30 odd years, to be a small part of what's known as the Great White Brotherhood, which is a group of spiritual beings that work with mediums and clairvoyance and above all clairaudient people to convey spiritual messages to the earth. And I recently put online an audio book that was dictated from the spirit world by the Great White Brotherhood, and it's called Stairway to Freedom, and I'll put a link below so that you can start to listen to it if it's of any interest to you. Now, I was recently asked concerning nature spirits. Now, I'll be perfectly honest, I don't know a great deal about nature spirits, so I went onto YouTube and started to check out some of the little films that are there. Equally, I spent quite a lot of time in my garden trying to see some nature spirits. Now, I live in the south of France, and I live a little bit in the country, so I have a house, well, with my wife and family and so on, have a house with a large garden that's a little bit overgrown because I don't spend too much time in it, and it's surrounded by vineyards and so on. There's a stream that runs along at the bottom, so in a way it's an ideal situation for nature spirits. So I sat on the steps of our veranda for a number of hours, and I switched on my limited psychic abilities, and certainly I did see things, and I noticed that they weren't actually visible in our 3D world. I was seeing them with my psychic vision. Now, this is the point I'm coming to. I saw a video that some lady put online that said that if one studied photographs, one could sometimes see nature spirits hiding in amongst the foliage and the bark of the trees and so on in the photographs. And I'm going to show you one of the photographs that I looked at, of my photographs taken in my garden, and certainly you can see something that looks like a little gnome or elf or something sitting in a fig tree. But I think this is the point I'm trying to make. I think you need to be careful, because if these nature spirits, and I'm sure they exist, I don't doubt for one moment that they exist, if they actually live in the etheric realms, they would not necessarily be visible in our 3D world here. Having said that, it may be that they have the ability, as we have the ability when we've trained ourselves, as we have the ability to enter their world, so to speak, maybe they have the ability to enter our world. I also sometimes wonder if digital cameras don't somehow pick up things that would be invisible to our eyes. In other words, I sometimes wonder if digital cameras can pick up things that are in either the etheric world or in the fourth dimension and so on. Okay, now I'm going to show you this photograph, and I'll show you my little elf friend sitting in the fig tree, and I'll let you decide whether it's real or not, because I don't know. I'll be perfectly honest, I don't know if it's real. Okay, now I've pulled this photograph of part of our garden up in Photoshop, and you can see I don't know if you can see the little sort of squarish arrow, but you can see some geraniums at the front and some what's it called, I don't know, some greenery in an old fish pond that we filled up with earth and let it all grow. Ivy, I think it's called ivy, and a big Grecian urn, and a lovely goldeny bush, and some sort of papyrus plants growing, and yucca and so on. And what you have difficulty seeing, I'm just going to move the camera a shade, on the far left hand side you can see two bamboo sticks. Actually there's 3 bamboo sticks, and there is a little figure sitting. Now if you'll bear with me just a moment, I'll try and hone in, but I'm not terribly clever at all this, but I'll do my best to hone in on him, and so you can see him more clearly. I'll do it a bit more. Oop. I don't want to go too much because he'll go all out of focus, because as is always the way with these things, he's out of focus. Now can you see him sat there? I'll try and come in a little bit more if I can. Give me just a moment. There he is, and I'll do it just a bit more. No, I've gone too far, he's gone all out of focus. Hang on, go back. Now you have to use a bit of imagination possibly. He's actually much clearer on the computer screen than probably he is in the camera, but he's got a little hat on his head here, I can see. He's got either ears sticking out, or he's got the brim of a hat. He's got his face that comes round. He's got a rather bulbous nose. He's got some sort of collar, a little green jacket on, and he's got one arm, his left arm, that comes round and finishes up in front of him, and his right arm, which is a little more difficult to see, comes round, and he's got his hands folded in front of him on his lap. Then you can see a thigh, so the trousers are sort of vaguely yellow, I think, and the bottom half of his leg you can't really see, I think it's hidden in the bushes, and he seems to have another leg coming round here. Now I'm also going to pull up another in sort of, not an enlargement, but another thing that I took. Chong, here it comes. And once again, can I enlarge it? Oh, this is a slightly more high definition version of it. Now, I'll just have a look here. No. At one stage I hang on, I put some luminosity and contrast on him to try and pull him up. Hang on. Maybe going the wrong. That's a bit better. Now, if I pull this up a little bit, if I can. No, I can't. I'll say okay there. Now maybe I can. Don't know if you can see him. I'll try and pull him up a little bit more with the contrast and so on. Hang on, I'll get this out of the way. And what did I do? I turn that down and I turn that up. That's about as far as I'm going to get. I don't know if you can see, it certainly looks like a little gnome sitting in the fig tree. Whether it is, I don't know. It looks very similar to things that I've seen on other people's sites, but I really don't know. I leave it up to you. If you want to leave a comment, please do. You think I'm crazy, that's fine. If you think it's real, that's good too. Be nice if he does exist, don't you think? I'll leave it at that. Okay, bye.